We got more of this interior coming together. If you guys haven't seen some of the other videos, it's looking really sick. This is still just loose, that's why it's hanging down, but man, I'm really stoked on it. I need to put the little centerpiece back over that. I'm gonna make a little sheet metal cover to kind of seal off that. New shifter feels great. Shout out to GK Tech, feels awesome. It's freaking coming together, dude, I'm so hyped. So I gotta give y'all a little bit of context. I didn't want to film this, but I figured, you know what, this is actually probably the perfect thing to film. So there might be some of you guys out there that are either having a rough day or you did something stupid at work or whatever. Just to kind of let you guys know that, you know, everybody makes mistakes. I was super pissed about this, but it's all right. I got it fixed now. Some of y'all might be able to tell what's going on here. Obviously there's 2 extra welds than before for you guys that are super observant. So I checked this flange and excuses to make sure I got this right, and I was a little bit worried that I would get it wrong, and sure enough, I go to plug in my mass airflow that I've been waiting a month for, and it was wrong. So long story short, yesterday I got super pissed. I was just like, so aggravated. This pipe was like already made to length and everything, so I was just pissed. So my dad kind of talked me off the tree. He's like, dude, he's like, it's not a big deal. He's like, everybody makes mistakes. He's like, you know, this mistake cost you hours. You know, some people make mistakes that cost them, you know, tons of money and years or whatever. I mean, you can make a mistake that costs you your life. So it's like, yeah, I guess I don't have anything to be pissed about. So I moved on, cut this bad boy up, got it flipped around, and, you know, welded it wrong like a dumbass. So there you go. Make fun of me in the comments. Don't know how to weld a flange on. Don't know how to get it straight. You know, he's an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Go at it. Tell me I'm an idiot. So we did end up starting the car. I'm sorry I didn't film that on this camera. I got a couple little iPhone clips I can throw in real quick. Gotta go ahead and remake all my fuel lines. I'm thinking on this regulator, I'm hoping I can fit it behind kind of all this action right here, and I think it'll fit. Well, first things first, we gotta get this car started. I'm gonna pull this fuel pump off while it's running and try to kind of drain some of the fuel out of these lines so I don't try to get as little fuel all over the place as possible.
Production.
It is hot in here, dude. But man, check out this super good looking gas, man. Doesn't that just look like, man, don't you just want to like drink that? I mean, it looks so good, right? It's all orange. It kind of looks like a Gatorade or something. I'm definitely draining all that gas out before you guys go crazy and, you know, get on me in the comments. I did clean the tank and go really crazy. I pulled the tank out of the car and did all that stuff when I was building this thing. But probably what happened is the stuff I was using to clean it with got most of the dirt and grime and stuff. But I would imagine when I put fresh gas in it, that and it's been sitting in there for a couple months as things have been getting finalized with the car, and you know, it starts here and there, and then you need a part and that sort of thing. I'm betting the newer gas probably sat in there and probably ate away some surface rust or something, which is probably what's giving it that orange color. Unless there's something else that makes gas turn orange, I'm thinking it's probably rust, but if you guys know, definitely let me know in the comments, that'd be cool. I was trying to drain this this feed line. So I had the car about halfway, you know, up. I tried to like, you know, get a little paper towel and like hold it, and then so it wouldn't drain in the engine bay, and then like start it into the bucket. It kept going and going and going. I'm like, what in the world? And it keeps going, it gets faster and faster, and it gets towards the top. I'm like, this thing's about to overflow. So I'm like, shit, I gotta stop it, I gotta stop it. So I tried to stop it, and I'm like, trying not to get fuel in the tank, and I mean the engine bay and all this stuff. And then I'm like, wait a second, am I accidentally siphoning gas right now? I've never siphoned gas. I'm like, oh my God, this thing would just keep on draining. So it's actually a good thing now. It kind of like freaked me out in the moment, but it's gonna be super easy to drain the tank, like duh. So I'm gonna get a bigger bucket and drain all this shitty gas out of here. And then it works out good too, because all these weeds back here, I can pour the gas on it, and it'll be great for the environment. Whew, that was a lot of work, but got all this crap out of here now. It's a little bit past lunchtime. I just wanted to keep pushing and get that all out of there so I can come back and make fresh new lines. That'll be a lot nicer than pulling out all this crappy, gunky, oily crap. So, pretty excited. I think what I'm gonna do is I left this, this is the brake line that goes back to the rear, and I think I'm just gonna P-clamp it. I got a whole bunch of P-clamps in a little kit over there. I got these little tiny ones, and they'll work with the factory bolts, so I don't have to use self-tappers. It's gonna work out perfect. I can just run a couple P-clamps right down the frame rail, right where the bolts are, and the one up here that uses a little nut, it'll work with that one too, and it'll look a lot cleaner. Have a nice new vibrant AN line all the way down this frame rail. I'm excited. It's gonna look kick-ass, and it's gonna be E85 compatible, and we can make more power down the road. I'm gonna go get some food and come back and keep working on this thing. So I'm coming along pretty good on the new AN lines. I'm making the feed line right now. You can see it goes up there to the fuel rail. Hopefully you can see, I'll try to move it. It's gonna come down and basically ride this frame rail with some P-clamps, and then all we gotta do from there is with the extra make a line from the into the front of the rail to the regulator so it can actually regulate, and then it'll be done. This is the line that's gonna go from the front of the fuel rail back into the regulator. So basically the return to the regulator, and then from the regulator, you know, it'll go down back to the tank. Gonna try to make this last line, show you guys how I do it. Maybe don't take advice from me because it's my first time doing it, so if I mess up, just let me know in the comments. Hopefully none of it leaks, so we'll see. Go ahead and get this part started. Throw it in there just like that. Give her a little bit of a squeeze, if you know what I mean. Make sure she's nice and snug, ain't going nowhere. You don't want to squeeze too tight though, because since these things are out of aluminum, you can squeeze them too hard and mess the fittings up. And I don't have any more fittings, so that would suck. The lines turned out really, really good. You can see it comes all the way up through there. This was very, very hard to do with the subframe still in the car. I'm gonna build a little skid plate that'll kind of bolt on like this, about a foot long through here, and kind of cover those up since the rail kind of gets thin through here. This is what we're working with all the way down. Comes up through there. I need to clean up this giant mess in the ground, and then I'm gonna drain this oil out of here real quick. Patrick's bringing over some new oil. We'll get this thing filled up. I think the oil ended up probably getting washed when the car was running super rich with the wrong mass airflow sensor. It smells like gas pretty bad, so I want to go ahead and change that real quick. Damn, doesn't that look so freaking sick? I can't get over it. I'm just getting so excited about this car getting so close to being done. This is her first time getting her fluids changed, so it's a big moment.